Hello my viewers, I am Zarealest, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing something different. So as I've already said, for 100 subscribers, I was going to start a new series. Uh, none of you probably saw that they're watching this. But it's happening, and I'm calling it Learning with Zarealest. And I'm going to be learning stuff in a bunch of different games, and, well, in this game, I'm probably just going to be reciting what I already know. So, in today's video, I will be teaching you guys the different methods of bridging that I know. And my knowledge is kind of limited on this subject, as there are like dozens upon dozens of different ways of bridging that I do not know. But I will teach you the main ways that I do know how to bridge. And they vary across platforms and they vary across playstyles. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. The first bridging method I'll be going over in this video is what I like to call universal bridging. And I call it universal bridging because it is a bridging method that can be used across all platforms of Minecraft relatively easily. Okay, so to universal bridge, you first need to crouch and then turn around to the edge of the block and go to any edge. And then you just need to place the block on the far side of the block that you're standing on. And this universal bridging method is pretty slow compared to the other methods of bridging that I'll show you. But as you can see, it gets the job done. And unlike some other methods, so for me personally, this is the easiest method of bridging to diagonal bridge, which can come in handy in a lot of situations that you might not think of. I would classify the universal bridging method as a bridging method that has low rewards, but it also has low risk. So if you don't really feel confident in your bridging abilities, you should do this method of bridging. So, the second method of bridging that I'll be going over in this video is what is usually referred to as speed bridging. And like universal bridging, it can be used across all platforms of Minecraft, but it is a little bit harder to pull off. Okay, so to speed bridge, it is kind of like universal bridging right there. But instead of just crouch bridging like this, you instead have to crouch and then uncrouch. Let's see if I can do this. So this method is it's a bit more stressful to pull off, but it is significantly faster if you know how to do it correctly. And like speed bridging, it can also be used diagonally. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, I fell off. So as you can see, this is a little bit harder to do on the scale. But it can be used significantly faster if you're good at it. I would say this method of bridging is a bridging method that not everybody should use. If you aren't skilled at this, or if you don't feel confident in your ability to use it, you really shouldn't be using it. Because it does have a pretty high risk. But if you train yourself to be good at it, and you feel confident in your ability, you should do it. Because for platforms like Java that are limited in their bridging capabilities compared to Bedrock, it has a very high reward. The next method of bridging that I would like to cover in this video, which is the third, is Bedrock bridging. And as the name entails, it is only available in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. Sorry, Java players. Okay, so to Bedrock bridge, it is pretty easy actually. So unlike those bridging methods over there, you don't actually have to crouch down and get behind the block to do that. Instead, in Bedrock edition, you can just place a block in front of you. It auto selects right here, and you don't even have to crouch down. So it's really easy and simple to do. You can just bam, place down, boom. And it's that easy. And you can even diagonal bridge with it. Oh, shoot, hang on. But it can be a little bit kooky sometimes, as sometimes you can miss, and you can place right there. And, do stuff like that. So, it isn't really as efficient as diagonal bridging as those methods, but it can still do it. So, this method of bridging, in my personal opinion, would be classified as a bridging method that has a medium risk and a high reward, because it doesn't really have the same risk factor as the first one, as you can't really just uncrouch. I mean, you could, but you'd be stupid if you do. But in this method, sometimes you could overstep and maybe just fall into the void and, just die. So it has a medium risk, but it has the same high reward as the second bridging, as the speed bridging method. So if you're in Bedrock, you're in luck. Yeah, sorry again, Java players. Okay, final stretch. Bear with me here. This second to last bridging method that I'm going to be covering in this video is called Bedrock Speed Bridging, or I named that myself. And it's pretty redundant as it's just a faster bridging method of the regular Bedrock bridging. The Bedrock Speed Bridge, all you have to do is just like that, except you don't. You just don't stop. You don't like take any breaks, you don't just do that in intervals. You just go, full blast. And I personally have trouble with this one. Now, it's a lot easier on mouse and keyboard because you can just spam the button, but as I've just shown you, it can be difficult if you don't have the right placement. If you don't have the right placement all the time, it can be a bit difficult to pull off. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, I got it. So yeah, basically, you just don't stop running and you don't stop spam clicking. So this method of bridging is a lot easier on mouse and keyboard than it is console, which is what I'm playing on. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard. So it's a lot easier because you can just spam bridge a lot easier, and if you can even go. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, it's not easy to go diagonal at all. You always just fall off after like one or two placements. So yeah. So I would say that Bedrock speed bridging is a method that could be classified as very high risk, but also very high reward, as it is really easy to. It's easier to fail at than regular Bedrock bridging, which is already pretty easy to fail at. But if you can do it correctly and pull this off, you can just fly to places, man. I mean, not literally, because that would be hacking, but it's pretty fast. Okay, we've made it. Final bridging method. And this bridging method is called God bridging. And as the name entails, this is just godlike in its abilities. It is just crazy. Unfortunately, this is only Bedrock Edition. Yeah, sorry, a third time or fourth time I've lost track to Java players, but this is fast. Okay, so how you do God bridging is that it's pretty simple to set up once you know how to do it, but to do it, you need to set up what I like to call an altar, because God bridging, all that stuff. So it needs a setup. Unlike all those bridging where you can just do from pretty much anywhere, this actually needs a setup. So you need to place 2 blocks in front of you, and then 1 block up behind those 2 blocks. And then what you do is you sprint jump, and you place down blocks simultaneously. And then bam, you're God bridging. Now you can God bridge while just running, you can do it while walking. And yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Alright, I'll show you one more time. But as you have just seen, this method is very, very, very unstable. Unstable to a degree where if you even get a single frame of lag, you could just fall off. Let me see this. And also, if you look too far forward, the bridge will cut off, and you will just fall to your demise in the blocks beneath you. But as you've seen there, I've just done this correctly. Champion that I am. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, okay. And unlike the other bridging methods that are here, sadly, it is not easy to diagonal bridge. You can't really, yeah. I mean, I suppose if you just are a god, you could set up it diagonally every single time. Spin like that, and then boom, magically do that, and then bam, you're going diagonally. What? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow, yeah, crazy. You went diagonally. Whoa. Yeah. So, this is God bridging. Clear victor. Not even a competition. As me before the cut has just described, this method of bridging is by far the best. It's just no competition, clear victor. However, as I also described before the cut, this method of bridging, if even the slightest bit of lag, or if you just look too far, or if you just even look off course, it could cut off your bridge. You're just sending you into your inevitable demise to just whatever you were about to fall into and you were bridging over. Yeah, it could be dangerous, but I'd say the extremely high reward just completely takes out of it. Just be sure that when you're bridging in the nether or the end that you're not wearing any of your favorite armor, because you won't be getting that back. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing and liking this video as it really just support me and make me happy. Okay, bye. Hope you enjoyed.